So then we can move into OGC API coverages. This is maybe getting a bit boring as it has the same structure. So we still have the same YAML file. We have new resource there. And now in this case, it's wind and temperature. It has some sea surface, air temperature, tonal wind, and meridional wind, keywords, etc. And then I have providers. Now it's coverages. And then my data provider is Python library called XArray. And then I have linked to that netcdf file and format what is supported. And then I could optionally specify also X and Y and time fields, but it tries to figure out those automatically. That was really a help for me because I in first place tried to put these X and Y and time field there, and it only gave me an error. But when I said that do it automatically, Pygeoapi was more clever than I am, so it configured it correctly. I'm really not an expert in coverages, but here is something what you can then see. So there are these different fields and different bands, and then you have data available from the netcdf. We also look this from live implementation. So here I have the landing page. Again, we can have it as JSON, or it can be as HTML. Then we can look into the metadata of this implementation, and then look into different collections and different data what you have available. I don't have currently any client to show here, but I yesterday took some data to my QGIS. So here I have some wind in sea surface temperature information in QGIS, and then you have these different bands, etc., etc. So this can read, of course, GeoTIFF as well, but I had in my example, I had netcdf in my implementation. So, and very relatively similar approach. So I just find it, wind. So same information. So in one single config GeoE3 YAML file, I have these several different collections and providers mentioned, and in this case, this coverage using XArray. This XArray was not installed by default in my Pygeoapi at least, so I had to install it manually, but then it worked out. So you can see, of course, all the log information and everything what happens, of course, from your command prompt. And for instance, in this case, it's quite small, but here you can see these different providers it's trying to use. So like Joanna mentioned, the Elasticsearch is available, SQLite, PostgreSQL, TinyDB. I'm using this TinyDB, which is a JSON-based database. I'm using it in OGC API records, Central Things provider, EDR, XArray EDR provider, and so on and so forth. So this was the sea surface temperature through OGC API coverages.